All right, so UFC Serbia Belgrade best bets of the fight card. Let's get started. Now, we're going to start from the bottom, going up all the way to the top. With the first fight, of course, Stefiana Luciano. I rewatched their fights. Stefiana Luciano, she's a striker. She's not a grappler, so I'm not even going to take her. I'm not going to parlay her. I'm not even going to take her sub. I'm either going to sprinkle Mariana or sprinkle her spread or pass. I don't think this fight is worth it. Now, for the first best fight, it's of course going to be Leka versus Poppeck. And the reason why it's going to be Leka versus Poppeck, because again, these are the matchups you want to look for. You want to look for a grappler versus a striker, especially a grappler versus a striker without any grappling. Okay, so Leka, he's 24 years old. He's a heavyweight. He's a big boy. He's 6'5", and he's fat, and he's a grappler. He's a grappler at heart, and he uses grappling in his fights. All of his fights, he pushes you towards the cage, grapples you, goes for a trip, goes for a little bit of judo, takes you down, and gets on top of you. And then if you present the submission, he'll take the sub. If you don't, he'll transition to mount and go for the TKO. Because when you have a 300-pound guy on top of you, unless if you know what you're doing, which majority of these heavyweights don't know, you're gonna get finished. Now, one thing is, he's versing Alexander Popek. Alexander Popek is not even a heavyweight. Alexander Popek is honestly kind of like a very slim 205er. He's a light heavyweight. However, he's moving up for this fight against Leka. Now, he's 34 years old. He's 10 years older than Leka. He has 26 fights with 5 losses. Majority of those losses, if not all of those losses, have come via grappling. He's not the best grappler, and honestly, even if you look at his recent fights, like he's kind of improved. Like he's versing some of these cans that kind of go for desperate takedowns, and he's able to like fend them. But the way you look at his body language, by the way he defends it, you can still tell like he's not like he's not learning the grappling aspect of this, right? And again, it's like you're not going to teach an old dog new tricks. Like you're truly not. At 34 years old, you're not going to be bothered to learn how to do grappling and get ups and how to create space and to protect your neck and do that. He's not going to do that. Every single time he loses, it's due to grappling. He doesn't have good grappling, and he's a striker. Even his striking is not good. Take 2 minutes and go watch some of his recent fights. He barely throws anything. He's always keeping his distance. He's waiting, he's waiting, he's waiting. He throws one shot. He's waiting, he's waiting. He throws one shot. You overextend, he throws one shot. He's not feinting. He's not trying to get you to bait out. Honestly, he's just a can crusher on the fucking regional scenes. He's not good. If Leka loses this, it would be honestly embarrassing. You have to think about it. It's literally a grappler versus a mid-level striker. Another thing is, don't forget, whenever these strikers, even like high-level UFC strikers, are going up against a competent grappler, they don't fight the same. They fight hesitant. They fight scared. They don't want to overextend because they don't want to get taken down. What's going to happen here when Popek literally knows, holy fuck, I'm fighting a young guy who's mainly a grappler, who's going to come in here to grapple me, and he knows that. And he knows that his deficiencies are in grappling. He knows that. He's going to be scared. He's not gonna commit to anything. They're big boys. It takes one step and they're against the cage. He's going to get a hold of him. He's going to take him down. And it's Popek. He's probably going to give up the TKO, if not his neck, easily. One takedown, one mount, and Leka's going to get the finish. Now, what I really like with this bet is Leka. Oh, the odds just came out for Gamra and Salkid. It's -110, -110. I haven't done tape on this, but I'm going to do tape on this probably today, tomorrow. -110, -110. Maybe Slam Gamra, but I'm not too sure. Anyways, Leka, he's -200, if not -225 right now. I love Leka moneyline. If I had an editor, I'd be putting all of this on the screen, which I do not. Sorry, not sorry. Leka -225 parlay piece. I love it. I'll give you guys a decent bet at the end of this video. Leka -225 moneyline is solid. Leka via finish is like, depending on your book, it's anywhere between +120 to +140, 150. I like that as well. Now the reason why I'm doing Leka via finish is because with these big boys, at 205 and heavyweight, you don't know if they're going to get a submission or a knockout, because sometimes when they go on mount, they go for the rear naked choke. Sometimes when they go on mount, they just go for the ground and pound because they know they're not going to get up and the referee's going to stop it. So it's a hit or miss. I like Leka money line. I like Leka via finish. Leka money line is -225. Leka finish is +110 to +150 depending on your book. That's the first best bet that I like on this card. I really like this. If Leka loses this fight, the rest of the card in the betting aspect is going to be cursed. It's one of those, okay? So Leka should win this. Grappler versus mid-level striker, come on. Now the next best bet is, of course, going to be Michael Oliveira. He's -350. -350, but he's a good parlay piece. And I'll tell you why. You see how I'm skipping, so I'll go into that afterwards. Michael Oliveira, just watch his last fight. That's it. Just watch his last fight in the Contender Series, because the Chilean dude that he beat up in the Contender Series is pretty decent. Like, he has pretty good striking. If not, he has better striking than Oban, and I'll tell you why. Oban is literally the poor version of JDM. Oban's and JDM striking is literally the same. It's just JDM is better at it. JDM is faster, he's cleaner, and he hits a little harder. Oban, his footwork is not there. He likes to box like he's JDM, but the thing is like he doesn't really have a chin, right? It hasn't been exposed, but I'm telling you, he doesn't have a chin. Now with Oban's boxing, he doesn't hit hard. He has 3 knockouts in his entire career, and one was against Basil Hafiz. Now, Oban's striking, he throws his kicks, his kicks get caught. He throws his kicks, they get countered by right hands. His boxing is just, it's like little, like just tic tac toe, just a pitter patter kind of thing. Like, he's not hitting hard. He's scared. His striking isn't really that good, to be honest. His grappling isn't good either. If you go back and you watch his fight against Preston Parson, he was mixing his striking, his grappling, and every single time he would take down Preston Parson, he would just pop right back up. And in his striking, like, honestly, at sometimes Preston Parsons was pushing him back, and honestly, he was huffing and puffing in the second and third round. Oban Elliott is still is the same person who overextended against Jonathan Metcalf, and he didn't move. He just paused for a second. Metcalf hit him with the hook and dropped him. You got dropped by a BJJ butt scooching nerd? Are you kidding me? He did decent against Basil Hafiz, but realistically, Basil Hafiz did nothing that entire fight. He just watched and stared at Oban Elliott. Against Preston Parson, go watch that fight. It was horrible. And then he was knocked out cleanly back to back. Well, not back to back, but twice in the regional scenes, 2020 and 2021, which was 5 years ago. But again, I don't think Oban has fought anyone to expose his chinniness. Now against Michael Oliveira, his first fight in the Contender Series a few months ago, not even a few months ago, fucking 10 months ago. Look at the way he carries himself. Right? He's confident in his abilities. The way he was striking in round one, he was taking his time. He wasn't rushing. Some could say he even gave up that round. But he was calm, cool, collected. He was keeping his distance. He was jabbing. His right hands, his jabs were beautiful. His distance was good. He was pitter patter. He touched, and he rips to the body. He's very cool, calm, collected. However, when the second round started, his corner told him, "Hey, listen, go finish him this round. Go finish the fight, and start throwing your right hand." Bro, the second round starts, it's like a new Michael Oliveira. This guy starts swinging. The first right hand that landed fucked up his face, turned red, starts swelling up, and he starts going ham. He starts throwing the right hand to the face, jab, jab, right hand, left hook, going to the body. He dropped the Chilean dude, and bro, Chileans are known for hard heads. He dropped him 3 fucking times. Clean. He was landing clean. He's very accurate. With Oban's boxing, Oban's gonna look. This is what's gonna happen. Oban's gonna have to either close the distance and strike, which he's just gonna walk into Michael Oliveira strikes, or he's gonna have to keep a distance, but he doesn't fight at distance, so he's gonna be like he's gonna lose the round anyways, right? Because Michael Oliveira is longer. He has 6-7 inches on Oban. He's gonna lose that. So it's either he commits and gets knocked out, or he runs around the cage and he still loses a decision. I don't see how Oban wins this. Oban's not a good wrestler. His striking is very mid. Michael Oliveira's. I know it's only been one fight, but you could tell. Sometimes you could tell, like, he's not one of those people that, like, in his first fight in the UFC, he's going to get fraud checked. You could tell he's not. So, we know he's going to do pretty good. I do think he's a lock. Him and Leka. If you give me one moment, I'm going to quickly go check the odds of the next card that just came out. If I had an editor, I could, fix all this and edit this out and stuff like that, but I do not. I want to go check UFC Fight Night 120 Vegas. It is not out. So Killen Salkid is the favorite. Anyways, so Leka minus 220, Michael Oliveira minus 360, 350. I like both of those. I think those are good bets for the UFC card, if not parlay pieces. Also, Michael Oliveira by knockout. It's minus 130 to minus 140, depending on your book. I like that. I think he gets a knockout. I wouldn't go crazy on it because Oliveira is patient. I wouldn't go crazy on it. Like, Leka by finish should happen. Like, there's a difference. Leka by finish, I think it happens. Michael via KO, nah, I think it happens. Am I confident? No. I am confident, to be honest, but I'm more confident in Leka by finish. Next, that's 2 best bets. Next, we're going to go with, if it was a casual, I would say Seppo. Seppo via knockout. It's just, The way he fights, man, it's crazy, man. Seppo should get a finish, minus 300, minus 350. I'm not going to do that. Who else do I like this card? Of course, Alexander Rakic. Alexander Rakic, he looks good. He looks good at heavyweight. He's an athlete. He's always had a jump in his step. He looked good against Magomed Ankalaev. I know he hasn't won in 5 years, but he's fighting Marcin Tybura, man. Marcin Tybura is so fucking old now. He doesn't even bother going for takedowns because back then he's 40 years old. He's turning 41 this year, and he's not like a yawn 40. He's like a 50-year-old yawn. Like Marcin Tybura used to go for takedowns, and now like he's so bro, he's so old that he doesn't even bother, man. Like I remember early on, like a few, like not even a few years ago, like 2, 3 years ago, like he was going for desperate takedowns against Diniz. He went for desperation takedowns, like, and he would not let go. Like he's going for those takedowns, attempt after attempt after attempt till he gets it. Now it's like he's barely even trying for takedowns. He's just standing. He's just showing up for a paycheck. His striking is horrible. His takedowns are horrible. His ground control is good. His ground and pound is good. But what I do like is Rakic. Rakic in an interview very confidently said, I want a round one knockout. And when has he ever said that? Rakic almost never does that kind of thing. He said, I want a clear round one knockout. So he's coming in here. He knows. Him and his coaches, they know. We could go in there and do what Ante Dillia did. Go in, start him, and get out. He literally said round one knockout. I believe him. I believe he's going to go in there, get the quick knockout, minus 300, I like it. And his knockout prop is like plus 150. Round one knockout's like plus 360. I like it. I like his money line, and I like his knockout prop, plus 150. So Rakic via knockout, plus 150. Rakic via money line, minus 300. I like both of them as best bets. And of course, I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, that's about it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you Uros Medic at minus 500. No, I don't. I also don't like Sterling. Like again, Sterling should win very clearly. I'm not confident in him. His decision isn't bad. You know, Sterling by decision is like plus 105. Yawn by decision is plus 600. Anyways, I want to get into a few. Now, those are my best bets. I want to get into a few like lotto stuff. So, Marina by decision is a possibility. I'm completely skipping this fight. Nina versus Cowan. Borislav via KO's like plus 300, plus 340. I do like Borislav here money line. Tofik as an underdog pick. Tofik to cover the spread. Because if I do recall, I'll actually bring it up right now for anyone that has spreads, because I know most of you guys don't. Because of a big underdog he is, I think is plus 7.5. Yeah, so Tofik plus 3.5 is minus 110, so double your money. Tofik minus plus 7.5. Minus 185. That's a good parlay piece there. Tofik plus 7.5 is minus 185. That's a good parlay piece. Just because Ludwig Klein, he's a decision merchant. At least he's been in the UFC. Other things that I like is of course Valentin via sub or Valentin via decision. Valentin via decision is plus 900. Anyways, to recap, okay. To recap, for the best bets, I like Leka money line. If you're feeling frisky, Leka finish. Leka money line minus 300. Sorry, Leka money line minus 225. I like Michael Oliveira minus 350. And I like Rakic minus 300. Those three I like. Also, if you want, Usman on the PFL. Usman on PFL for Friday night, which is tomorrow night, is minus 375 for now. Minus 375, minus 400. I know that's a little fat, but that's a good parlay piece. I was rewatching Archie Colgan fights, and he's a little green. I know he's a wrestler who transitioned to MMA a little late, and his striking is very green. You could like he still squints when he's getting hit in the face. He still squints, and like that's something you kind of lose early on. Like when you're just training your striking, when you get hit for the first couple of times, and in striking class, you squint. It's normal. It happens. However, he still does in the middle of the cage, and it's like what the hell? And he's getting he got hurt in one of those fights. His striking is slow. He doesn't have good eyes. He's not able to like see things coming. I think Usman dominates. I wouldn't be surprised if Usman gets a knockout here, but Usman should get a nice little decision here. Minus 400 is a good parlay piece. But yeah, Leka minus 220. Michael Oliveira minus 350 in Rakic. Now, if I had to give you guys a decent bet, it'd be very simple. It would be Leka money line and Michael Oliveira money line, right? So Leka money line is it went up, holy crap, minus 245, and Michael Oliveira minus 345. That's minus 125. All right, that's not bad. Minus 120. Sorry, minus 123. That's not bad. You know, 123 gives you 500. 500 is going to give me 400. I might do that. Might put 500 to make 400 profit. That's just what I'm doing. Those are my best bets. And again, if you're feeling frisky, Leka via finish, Michael Oliveira via knockout, Rakic via knockout. Those are all bets that I do like. And yeah,